Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And we talk about investing the markets. That would be your longer term positions in the financial markets, 401ks, IRA decisions. We also talk about the trading aspect, short term income strategies, whether you're in your working years or during that retirement. So we cover all aspects of the financial markets on the show here. And Online Trading Academy, actually teaching people just like you for over 25 years on how to make smart investing decisions. My name is Josh Lilquist, and we are having fun here today. If you did miss that special 3-day course that we're doing here at the Academy, normally this is a 3-day class. It's $200 normally. For our radio listeners, we're doing a special $99 class for this, and it's a deep dive, as we were talking about in that last segment, to our core strategy, which is designed to help you find the institutions on a price chart. Basically, find the big money in price action and essentially follow with them. Follow the smart money and trade like them, not against them. We talked about that wave, riding the wave. You want to ride the wave with the institutions, not paddling against it. So if you call right now, you can receive actually 2 seats to this 3-day class. It's normally $200. We're doing it for $99 just for our radio listeners. Call 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466. When you call in, mention that you want the special 3-day course for $99 and that you're a radio listener. Let them know that you were listening to Investing and Trading Live. So, Al, in that last segment, we were talking about those strategies to identify the banks and institutions, but you have to have the strategy and what it's for, right? So we have income strategies in the markets. We also have wealth strategies, which we call wealth for your 401ks, your IRAs, which are your retirement accounts. So let's first cover the income strategies here. You help a lot of people that are looking for that income strategy. Maybe they have a job and they want that second source because that's actually how you build that wealth. What are some of those income strategies, but also some of those assets that are really good for that, included with stocks?
Right. Well, when we talk about short-term income, trading for income, and long-term investing for wealth, think about it. Think about your financial world. That is comprised of those two things. It's income, and then it's wealth. When you're working, you are generating income to pay for what it costs to be alive. When you're going to retirement, you hopefully have enough money there to rely on that you have saved and invested over the years to get you through the years of retirement. And remember, back when the go-to retirement strategy for most people was kind of put into place or was created, which ended up being 401ks, which never were really intended to be your long-term strategy. But when those were put into place, people weren't living as long. Now you may be living as long in retirement as you did before you retired, and that requires some additional money. The income component of it, learning how to generate income, I think is the most important thing for anyone to start with, because before you can actually create wealth and create that retirement account, you have to have enough income to be able to do that. Right now, with inflation being as high as it is, even with wages going up, inflation, the rate of inflation, the growth of inflation has exceeded any growth in wages by a significant amount. And people are finding themselves in a situation where maybe they have to cut back on their lifestyle, or maybe they just aren't able to put as much into retirement as they want to or need to or used to. I mean, when you think about it, the Fed is continuing to raise interest rates. What does that have or how does that have an impact on people? Well, think about it. If you have credit cards, credit card interest rates were already at an all-time record, but now with the increase in the interest rates, this is staggering, Josh. With that increase, consumers with credit card debt are going to spend an additional $5.3 billion on interest this year alone.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. What about auto loans? Well, that cost of auto loans are going to go up. Mortgages, the cost of a home is going to go up. Just going to the grocery store. Mm-hmm. So additional income has become more important for people. Unfortunately, Wall Street, if you have an advisor, if you have a broker, Wall Street is going to have you in a portfolio that really is intended more as a way of achieving long-term wealth. It's that buy and hold strategy that people have become used to, And what we're finding is that the split, the way that Wall Street has put this together in kind of a 60-40 split, 60% stock, 40% bonds or fixed income, it has performed the worst that it has since 1936. It's no longer that kind of an environment, no longer a buy and hold environment. It's more now a great stock pickers or a trader's market. That means you need to identify how to be into a position that is short-term in nature. If you need income, it means you need something now. It has to be available on a short-term basis. Assets like the futures market, the foreign exchange market, the options market, fantastic strategies for those short-term needs because you can get into and out of a position in sometimes in a few days, maybe a few weeks. For some people, it could even be on a daily basis, but it's not in the decades. It's not 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. Those are not only great strategies for short-term trading, but they also have leverage, which allows you to have a smaller account and control a much larger investment. We'll explain that in the classes. We'll show you how that works and how significantly beneficial that can be to you and how detrimental it can be if you don't know how to use that leverage.
Yeah, the example you were giving on how not Wall Street, but money managers are putting people in that strategy that just doesn't work. It's not that environment anymore. That's actually that definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again, but you're expecting a different result. And that is the problem, is people are being conditioned that they're supposed to continue to do the same thing over and over again. It's almost like driving in the wintertime. You know, we get snow, and Colorado gets a lot of snow. Minnesota gets a lot of snow. And it's like expecting to be taking corners as fast as you would in the summertime and being able to make that corner in the wintertime. It's just not the same. So you have to have a different strategy based on market conditions. And that's why you talk about that in these investing classes. If you want to see how that works and what strategies might be right for now, text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. Al, we're getting kind of short on the segment here. We can cover a lot of the 401k IRA stuff on the next segment here, but I just want you to talk a little bit about why buy and hold is also not the best for retirement accounts. Even if somebody is in their 40s or 50s, they think they have the time, but why is it so crucial now to be in strategies with this current market condition in the retirement accounts?
Well, if you have paid attention at all to the market recently, within the last 6 months, the last year, you've noticed that we've had these huge up days and down days, this volatility that for a lot of people is just scaring the dickens out of them. That if you look at this volatility as something bad, you're doing something wrong. You should be excited about it because these are great opportunities for short-term trading and for building and growing your wealth. If you have a long-term strategy and the market, say, goes down 20 or 30 or 40 or maybe 50%, what it means is that your portfolio, even if you didn't sell anything and booked a loss, it means the portfolio still has to go up a significant amount before any profit can be made. As I mentioned, that buy and hold strategy that people have been using has been underperforming the market. If you're in the market now, if you have a retirement account and you have not looked at your portfolio, look at it. The first half of this year probably took a significant amount of money away from your portfolio. Your advisor is going to say, don't worry about it, it will come back. But how would you feel if you were 70, 75 years old, your portfolio goes down 30 to 50%, and you're told, don't worry about it, maybe in 5 or 10 or 15 years it'll get back to where it was yesterday. When the problem is when you retire, you don't have a lot of time left. That's a problem. Unfortunately, we can't control the time that you have. What you can control is what happens to your portfolio. Number one, protected. Are you protected? If your portfolio went down the first half of this year, maybe you didn't have any protection on it, and maybe your advisor kind of let you down by not protecting what you have. Their typical go-to protection is to have you diversified, or what they'll tell you is being diversified. Unfortunately, most of the diversification that you have is within one asset. That's the stock market. And the stocks pretty much all go down when the market goes down. It's that correlation that becomes extremely high when the market is correcting or going through a bear market. So being able to protect what you have is important. And as I mentioned earlier, having the ability to be agile and be prepared for different market conditions. When the market's going down, it doesn't mean things have to go down. In down markets, in bear markets, we have some of the biggest one-day up moves that we have. So be prepared, be agile, and be able to take care of different conditions.
Yep, and how you do that is you actually take action and do that today, because we talked about the recession in the second segment. Now is the time to prepare for that. If you want to learn more on how to do that, you can come to one of these investing classes by texting the word investing to the number 210 for 2 tickets. Coming up next, Al, we are going to talk about more strategies with the 401ks and IRAs, as I mentioned earlier. Text the word investing to the number 210 for investing class tickets at the Academy. We'll be right back.